You always meeting dudes at the bar. You always meeting dudes at the gas station. Never meeting dudes at the library because you ain't going to the library. And the dudes at the library, you just figure they ain't your type. If you got a type and you single, you obviously don't got it. You obviously don't have a type.
And one other thing I'd like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
It's your baby mama's favorite astrologer.
You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic. You are traveling with the Hood Mystic.
Sun conjunct Mercury, sextile Saturn. Very, very much of, if we can remember what we talked about with the Sun conjunct Mercury conjunct Antares, those same rules apply. We doing magic and we tune it into the fixed star of Antares. However, right? As long as I can get this irritating thing that I thought was going to be so cool off the screen so I can concentrate. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like the video. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and like the video. Share it to your social medias. Do a screenshot. Put it on your Instagram story. Let the people know what you be watching. I know some of y'all can't do that because y'all got social media followings and y'all don't want to tell people where y'all be getting y'all information from because y'all want to act like y'all information from source. Actually, my information from source and your information is from me. So technically, I deserve some credit. So why don't you do me a good old solid? I be messing with people, and that's the reason why people don't like me. I was thinking about earlier how it's ironic that psychics be talking behind people's back, and I'll be like, don't y'all know that people can hear y'all talking? Like it's not even no secret. Like energetically, we right next to each other, and people just be saying the wildest shit, and I just be like, I can hear you, right? And it's like people be psychic, but they don't know that they psychic. And so since you don't know that you psychic, you be in survival mode, but you somewhat spiritual. So you use your spirituality for survival mode. And so you meet a person like me and it's just like, I don't like him. Like, what you don't? I was talking to my wife. Like, I was like, I wish people would just tell me that they don't fuck with me so we could just, keep moving. And she was like, they don't got no reason to tell you that they don't fuck with you. They don't fuck with you for all types of reasons. So the reasons that you think that they don't fuck with you, completely irrelevant. So I say all of that to say, and horrible segue, but we're segueing because I just be having these thoughts and it don't feel right if I don't share them. And I know y'all be listening, so might as well be direct as y'all be indirect because I can't fight fire with fire. I don't be wanting to talk to y'all in the astral plane, nor do I want to talk to y'all in 3D, but I digress. It's up with everybody if y'all didn't realize. Anyways, the Sun conjunct Mercury, because there's nothing that person can tell me that could justify fuckery. It just is what it is. So when you think about the Sun conjunct Mercury conjunct Antares, you're talking about doing spiritual energy work, whether it's intentions, lighting candles, rituals. And I know what you're thinking. You think you know what you want. So you're going to do a ritual for that man. You're going to do a ritual for that girl. You're going to do a ritual for that job. And before you do it, listen to this. Do a ritual for a strong electromagnetic charge. Do energy for strong electromagnetic charges. Be heart centered because your heart is just like eating the food that produce a healthy heart vibration, exercising, positive energy, not fake energy, survival energy, obligatory energy, ambiguous energy. I only want you because you're around type energy, but the deep love energy beyond feelings, because deep love hurts feelings. So if you are trying to keep people's feelings in order and intact, then there is no love because love is a bowling ball. Whatever is in front of that bowling ball is going to get rolled the fuck over. So the problem to love is obligations. You don't love your obligations. You just wrap your mind and energy because you fear what will happen if you don't meet that obligation. So Mercury, Sun, conjunct Antares is not you looking at your life and saying, Good said the Sun and Moon and Mercury is conjunct Antares, and my intentions is going to be powered 10,000 times. So all I got to do is do a ritual on Charmaine, and she'll sure attract into my life. I say that's kind of a mistake. That's kind of a different, that's a messed up way to looking at it. You need to look at it for raising your electromagnetic energy so you can be so lit that you might get Charmaine and champagne, if you know what I'm saying. Or maybe Charmaine is champagne and you ain't know Charmaine was, a good girl, and then she seen you turned up. Seen you lit, and she turned into a very freaky girl. Don't bring her to mama, right? See, in the streets, in the hood, I don't know if they talk. I don't know if they use this verbiage now, but right before I got out the streets, it was about being lit, and our goal as men was to be lit. Because when you was lit, that meant you had the money. That meant you had the girls. That meant you had the respect. That meant you had the clout. That boy lit. You can't mess with him. He lit. You know what I'm saying? I say all of that to say that's what we're doing the energy work for, to be lit. Like lit is a level of magnetism, attractiveness, that is going to get you, like, so say if I wanted Charmaine, I can't specifically be like, Charmaine, I think you cute. I want to get with you. Like, if you think that, this is what I know. I know this, well, I was 22 years old when I figured this out. It's one way to get a woman. One way. Because trust me, y'all watch these internet dating gurus and they just, they selling their content. I tell you one way to get a girl. Be the best man that you love being, to the point that you able to just talk to people with no expectation. You just see a girl and you figure out what to talk to her about. And even deeper, you're not talking to her because you like her. You talking to her because you want to talk to her, and you saying, that it was nice talking to you, miss. You have a nice day. Right? If you can do this persistently, talk to thousands of people with no expectation, you know how much your phone is going to ring with potential suitors. It's going to ring constantly, incessantly. What's the issue with, you think that you need to have game, you think you need to have money, you need to think you had to have all of these things. And maybe you do personally to feel good about yourself, but once you do feel good about yourself, you're going to have to start talking to people. And you can't be Mac Daddy smooth, because, I mean, you're going to get what you're going to get, right? And it's not necessarily being nice, because being nice, if you look up the etymology of nice, that's just being stupid. And if you stupid, you a night, like, listen, don't no woman like a nice guy. No woman in the world says, I love him and I want to marry him. Why, girl? Because he is so damn nice. He just so nice. Like nobody ever in the history. It's good to have an edge. It's good to have a natural edge. It's good to not take no shit. It's good. Women like when you don't take no shit and you don't allow them to walk over you, because every woman is going to try to walk over you in their nature, even if they don't realize that they're doing it. I digress. Being heart centered will have you recognize all of the bullshit that's happening. And at the same time, you realize that you are a magnet to your deepest and greatest desires. And because you are a magnet to your greatest and deepest desires, you are going to be bold, you're going to be confident, and you're going to know that everything you do is going to be successful. Isn't that much different from the energy that you feel it now? Why is that different? Because the effort that you take is found in the sextile of Mercury conjunct the Sun, conjunct Antares, sextile and Saturn. Saturn is in the constellation of Capricorn, conjunct the higher constellation of Altair. Altair means the flying eagle. Altair confers bold, confident, valiant, unyielding, ambitious, great and sudden nature for great and infinite wealth. It's about being a leader. It's about seeing everything and making the righteous decision. Now, a sextile is an effort upon knowing that something is going to work out in your favor. And when you do the computations of Mercury conjunct Sun, conjunct the fixed star, which is our magic, sextile Saturn in Capricorn, which is merging with our higher self. If you put the effort into doing magic specifically for merging with the higher self, you have the greatest success of abundant magnetic responses. If you utilize this energy to get a girl and you don't get the girl, it's almost like wasting your golden ticket and never going into the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. However, this is also another time to do shadow work. Because as we said, Mercury conjunct the Sun is in Taurus, which is the heart of the Scorpio. This brings up the story of the scorpion and the frog. A scorpion wants to cross a river but cannot swim, so it asks the frog to carry it across. Midway across, the scorpion stings the frog anyway, dooming them both. The dying frog asks the scorpion why it stung me, despite knowing its consequences, to which the scorpion replied, I couldn't help it. It's in my nature. What is that talking about? That's talking about people in this world who don't do shadow work, right? And if you don't do shadow work, you know when you get into this relationship with this boy, it's going to be fucked up. You know when you get into this relationship with this girl, you're going to cheat on her, you're going to watch porn, you're going to be, doing a whole bunch of backdoor sneaky shit. Because that's your nature, right? You know this. You know when you get to your job, you gonna hate it, but you need the job to get some money. So you go to the job, you get the relationship, you do the thing externally without doing the shadow work. Let's keep it a buck. You've been in multiple relationships for multiple years, ain't none of them worked out, and you keep blaming the men. How do that work? And you was dating baby mamas this whole entire time. Don't blame it on Kevin Samuels that, oh, it's the baby mamas. That's the reason why these relationships ain't working. You was dating baby mamas, many baby mamas, right? All of these things that are happening to you is in relation to your nature. If you're saying, well, the guys ain't shit. Guys nowadays ain't really shit. You're lying. You're lying. The problem with people is that they can't admit to themselves when they're lying to themselves so they can start to make the proper changes internally to start having a different response. Because the response that you're searching for is love and long-term relationships. However, you got triggers, you got emotions, you like a certain type. You always meeting dudes at the bar. You always meeting dudes at the gas station. Never meeting dudes at the library because you ain't going to the library. And the dudes at the library, you just figure they ain't your type. If you got a type and you single, you obviously don't got it. You obviously don't have a type. I'm gonna say that again. Let me get some feedback on the chat if that makes sense. If you got a specific type, male or female, and you single, that's not your type. Because if that was your type, you would have got married by now. And type, was that song by Ray Shrimmer? I don't got no type.